السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والعاقبة للمتقين، ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد. Welcome to Quranic Arabic Academy, Arabic Grammar Made Easy, lesson number 14. In the last lesson, we looked at gender. Every ism in Arabic, either it will be masculine or feminine. So it is very important for us to know the isms. Are they masculine or feminine? Once we know, then we can use in a sentence. We are learning the sentence of Jumla al-Fi'liya. The sentence starts with a fail. So once we know the ism in terms of gender, then we're able to bring the al-fi'l al-madi sigas according to that. So there are two types of isms. One is mudhakkar, masculine. Another one is muannath, feminine. As we've learned, the default of every ism is mudhakkar. To find the muannath, we look at some signs. So in the last lesson, we went through those signs. Number one, we said by definition, ism is muannas. Any ism that you cannot use for male, those are muannas. By nature, they are muannas. We give example, ummun, mother, bintun, a girl. And then we've learned there are three main signs to look for to make the ism muannas. Number one, ta marbuta. Number two, alif maksura. And number three, alif mamduda. Round the ta, we all know, ta marbuta. And alif maksura is any, on the last letter there is a fatha, then ya is written after it. That is alif maksura, means short alif. Number three is alif mamduda. Any ism that ends with alif and hamza. That is alif mamduda. Now one thing to remember, that whatever grammar rules we learn, most of them will have some exceptions. Whatever grammar rule we learn, most of the rules will have exceptions, as we will see in the coming lessons. Even today's lesson, we'll see some. Then we've said we list some categories, that if any ism comes from these categories, they will be muannas. One of the category we've learned is the name of wind. Rihun, sarsarun, badun. Another list we've learned the most parts of the body are in pairs. Okay, so yadun, hand, aynun, eye, udhunun, ear, katifun, this is the word we were talking about yesterday, shoulder, katifun. Kaf has a kasra, sorry, kaf has a fatha, ta has a kasra, kati, and the fa, dhammatain, katifun, katifun, shoulder. As we've learned the rule, most part of the body in pairs are feminine, because katifun is also in pairs, so katifun is also muannas. So it's confirmed, katifun muannas, shoulder. Exception to this rule is, as I said yesterday, khaddun, kha and dal, khaddun, mean cheek. This is the only part of the body in pairs that is mudhakkar. Khaddun, cheek, mudhakkar. And the rest of the parts of the body are muannas, including the sinnun, teeth or tooth, muannas. Okay. Some other things we've learned, that when some isms, they will have the marbut at the end, but by definition they are mudhakkar. Okay. So I hope you understood how to find a muannas ism. Even when we read the Quran, as I said, Quran will teach us most of the grammar if we concentrate a little. So any ism the Quran used as muannas, even they don't have any muannas sign. Yeah, another group we've learned is feminine, as heard from the Arabs. So some isms Arabs say they use as muannas. In the Quran, we will see if the fail is used muannas sigha for that ism. We'll know that ism is muannas. Okay, so let's start today's lesson, lesson number 14. In today's lesson, we'll be learning about the adad, number. So in regards to ism, in terms of number, we've learned three things. Number one, wahid, giving us one meaning, indicating one. Muthanna, indicating two. And jama', indicating more than two, plural. So wahid, singular. Muthanna, dual. And jama', plural. In English, we don't use dual. There is no form, or there is no sigha for dual. In English, we just add the number two. We say something two. So 2 books, 2 cups, 2 girls, 2 boys, 2 doors. So we add number 2 to give the meaning of 2. But in Arabic, we have a special form or sigha for number 2. We don't use number 2 in front of that ism to give us dual meaning or 2 meaning. The ism itself will give us 2 meaning. So look at, there's a rule to make dual from the singular. We make muthanna from wahid. Okay, let's start the lesson today. Lesson number 14, al-adad, number. In this lesson, we're going to learn, understand human and non-human nouns. Understand nouns in Arabic can be singular, dual, or plural. Understand the i'rab of singular ism. Understand when to write alif. Let's start with human and non-human nouns. So in terms of ism falls into 2 categories in terms of human and non-human. Number 1, human. Any ism that is used to refer to or describe a human. Any ism that is referring or describing a human. those obvious will be human. Example, boy, walad, referring to a boy. Muslim, describing a human, Muslim. Number 2, non-human is the opposite. Any ism that is used to refer to or describe a non-human object or creature. Object or creature. So other than humans, the rest of the isms will be non-human, including creatures. Example, kitab, book, kalb, dog, masjid, mosque. So here we have objects and animal, kalb. Okay. In regards to number, in Arabic, isms are of 3 types. Wahid, singular. Muthanna, dual. Jama', plural. So once we know the ism giving us the number, then we're able to use al-fi'l al-madi according to the ism. What siga we're going to use, we will know only if we can find the number of the ism. Number means singular, dual, plural. Wahid, muthanna, jama'. Wahid, muthanna, jama'. Let's talk about wahid. There are no rules to make wahid nouns. You just have to learn them and memorize them. That is the vocabulary. In any language, you must learn the single isms. There'll be no rules, obvious, in your mother tongue. That how do you make a word, a singular word in Arabic? How do you make a singular word in French language, for example? Any language, right? In your mother tongue, there will be no rules for another language. So that's what we mean. There are no rules to make a singular noun for Arabic. Just have to learn them and memorize them. Yeah, so let's go through a list of words. Some of us, we already know. If there's a new words, we memorize them, learn them. Start with some pronouns. Ana, I. Anta, you, male. Anti, you, female. Huwa, he, or it, if it is a non-human. Hiya, she, or it is non-human. At the same time, let's find the muannas ism as well. Default is mudhakkar, unless we find some rules, or if ism falls one of those 5 categories of muannas. Babun, I'm start from the right. Babun, a door, normally is used for door, also is used for chapter. Like if you look in hadith books or fiqh books, the ruling books, you'll see Babul Wudu, Babul Salah, for example, the chapter of Salah. Baytun, a house. Baytun, is this word mudhakkar or muannas? Default is mudhakkar. By looking at it, we'll look for the signs. Ta marbuta, alif maksura, alif mamduda. None of them. So mudhakkar. Miftahun, a key. Okay. Name of an object. Can we make this into muannas? No. Okay. So name of an object you never can make into in different gender. Is already made. miftahun, because there is no opposite of key, is it? There's only one. Miftahun. No signs of muannas. Rajulun, obviously we know, is indicating male. So rajulun. Can we make this into muannas? Is there opposite of rajulun? Yes, there is, but there is a different word for itself. Imra'atun, woman. So if there is different word, we don't make that into muannas. We only make muannas. Remember we said those adjective isms, describing isms. We can make those isms into muannas by adding the marbut at the end. Like here, kabirun. This word is an adjective, big, great, or old age. Old here means age, not anything old. We have a different word to use for old. Something is old, but here we mean old age. So because kabirun, when we use for describing someone or something, yes, it is an adjective. We can make into feminine by adding ta marbuta, kabiratun. Next, saghirun, small, young. Again, all these are description words. Make muannas by adding ta marbuta at the end. Tawilun, describing. Muannas will be tawilatun. Qasirun, short. Muannas, qasiratun. Jamilun, again describing word. Something beautiful, fine. For example, if someone said, I finished my work, you say fine. You can use jamil as well. Maksurun, broken. Describing ism, yes, we can make into muannas, maksuratun. Dayiqun, narrow. Describing ism. Muannas will be dayiqatun. Hamdun, praise. This ism is mudhakkar. Rabbun, Lord. No signs of muannas, so it is mudhakkar. Rabbun has a few other meanings. One of the meaning is the one who looks after, the one who brings you up. So for example, parents, they also can be Rabb in that meaning. So in that meaning, yes, we can make this into a muannas, rabbatun. So in that meaning, the one who brings you up, a father can be rabbun and the mother can be rabbatun. But when we use as a lord, no muannas for it, rabbun. Rahimun, mudhakkar. Malikun, mudhakkar. Yawmun, mudhakkar. No signs of muannas. Jannatun, yes, we have ta marbuta, muannas, jannatun. Okay, let's go to the next colon. Waladun, boy, by definition is mudhakkar. Bintun, by definition is muannas, girl. Nahrun, a river. Can we make this into muannas ism? No, because there is no opposite of nahrun, a river. Bahrun, mudhakkar. Kitabun, no signs of muannas, the mudhakkar. Shari'un, a street. There is no opposite of it. There is no signs of muannas, so mudhakkar. Kursiyun, a chair, mudhakkar. Siratun, a path. مذكر. مستقيم, straight. مذكر. قديم, old. See, this is the word for old, something old. قديم. Because this is a description ism, we can make into muannas. قديمة. جديد, new. muannas. جديدة. شر, no signs of muannas. So this is as a mudhakkar. Can we make this into muannas? No, there's only evil is only one evil. What this shar is evil. There's no opposite of it. Khayrun, good or better. Hasanun, handsome. Again, a description ism or good. We can make into muannas. Hasanatun. Wasi'un, broad, wide. Description ism, yes. muannas will be wasi'atun. Maftuhun, open. Is a description ism. muannas will be maftuhatun. Next, ummatun, nation. It is already muannas. Ta marbut at the end. Ummatun, nation. Ayatun, sign. muannas. Ta marbut at the end. Imra'atun, woman. So both. Ta marbut at the end. And also by definition is muannas, woman. Sama'un, sky. Okay, who can tell me? Is this ism mudhakkar or muannas? Look for the signs of muannas. So we have ta marbuta, one sign. Sign number 2 is alif maksura. And sign number 3 is alif mamduda. Sama'un, mudhakkar or muannas? Masculine or feminine? Yes, it's feminine because we can see the signs of muannas, alif and hamza at the end. It is muannas. Now, in the Quran, Allah uses both mudhakkar and muannas. Mudhakkar example, Surah Infitar. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. إذا السماء انفطرت. إذا السماء, one word. انفطرت is a fail ماضي. انفطرت, we having ta sakin at the end. انفطرت. It is واحد, muannas, غائب siga is used. muannas siga. Why? As-sama, muannas. In Surah Al-Muzammil, Allah talks about As-sama'u munfatirun bihi. So the word munfatirun is mudhakkar. So here let's talking about as-sama', but munfatirun means will break into pieces, shatter. Why is that? So again, in Arabic, some of the words sometimes mudhakkar, sometimes muannas. But this is not the ism, one of them. This is, I'll explain a bit more. Okay, sama again we can use this for a few meanings. Number one, sama'un, yes, the real default meaning is sky. If it's the meaning of sky, then yes, it's muannas. Yeah. But sama also can mean a roof, a roof. So if it's used as a roof, like saqfun, saqfun is a roof. So saqfun is mudhakkar. So in that meaning, sama will be mudhakkar. Sama'un also means rain, rain, matar. So because matar is mudhakkar, when we use it's very rare, that's translated as roof. Yeah. But here, just remember this, sama'un always used as a sky, it will be muannas, sama'un. What about ma'un, water, mudhakkar or muannas? Do you see any signs of muannas? Marbuta? No. Alif maksura? No. Alif mamduda? Yes. What is it? Ma'un. Yes, according to the rule, it's supposed to be muannas, but remember we said there's some exceptions. Ma is exception, is mudhakkar. Just have to remember, yes, ma'un, always used as mudhakkar, yes, mudhakkar. Jaza'un, reward. Jaza'un, mudhakkar muannas. Is there any sign of muannas? Or does this word from one of those muannas categories? No ta marbuta, no alif maksura. What is alif maksura? Fatha on the last letter and ya at the end. That is alif maksura. So there is no alif maksura. Alif mamduda, yes, alif and hamza. So according to the rule is muannas. It's supposed to be muannas. All right. Another term in Arabic grammar, in this course we haven't done it yet, but if you have done Arabic course, you should know something called masdar. Masdar is to do with fail. So masdar is the root letters of a fail. Masdar, there's a word for it in English. I have to recall now. So this is a masdar of the fail jaza, jaza, to reward. Jaza yajzi, jaza'un is the masdar. So the rule for masdar is al-masdaru la yudhakkaru wa la yu'annathu. Masdar is not mudhakkar or is not muannas. Okay, so if some ism not mudhakkar, not muannas, we use the default mudhakkar. Okay, so jaza'un, let's keep it as mudhakkar because it's masdar. If it was a solid ism name, for example, sama'un, then yes, it will be muannas. But because this is a name of a fail, jaza'un, to reward, so masdar neither can be mudhakkar or neither can be muannas. But if we want to use this word, we use as a default mudhakkar. So if you use some ismul ishara, the pointing nouns hadha, we use hadha for mudhakkar. When you point something, if that something is mudhakkar, we use hadha, and the pointing ism is muannas, we use hadhihi. So if you say hadha jaza'un, we don't say hadhihi jaza'un. This is mudhakkar. So this is all about wahid isms. There is no rules to make a wahid isms. Just have to memorize them. If it's mudhakkar, we memorize. If it's muannas, we still have to memorize. Okay, how to form muthanna. Let's talk about dual now. How to form muthanna. As I said, we make muthanna isms from a wahid ism. We already know wahid ism. We know yawmun. We know jannatun, garden. We know sama'un. Yeah. We know ayatun. All these. So from these all isms, we're going to make muthanna. So how to make muthanna? Very simple. The muthanna is formed by putting a fatha on the last letter of the ism and add alif and noon kasra at the end of ism. Alif and noon kasra. So this noon kasra, by looking at it, don't think it is in halatul jar. Because we've learned the ism is in halatul jar, will have a kasra, but this noon kasra is noon muthanna. It's called noon muthanna. So noon muthanna is always with kasra. The alif is telling us it's not in halatul jar. So alif will be telling us it is in halatul rafa. So the i'rab of muthanna isms will be with alif. So i'rab of wahid, as in the beginning our title was learn the i'rab of wahid isms. So i'rab of wahid isms will be normal. Halatul rafa dammatain waladun. Halatul nasb with the fatha waladan. And halatul jar with kasra waladin. But the i'rab of muthanna isms in halatul rafa will be alif. The noon kasra is noon muthanna. So how do you make muthanna isms? Fatha on the last letter, then alif to show it is in halatul rafa, then put noon muthanna. And noon muthanna is always with the kasra. Okay, let's do one by one. We have on the right al-ism means ism noun, kitabun. So al-adad is number. So wahid obviously is the default. Whatever we learn, that is wahid. Kitabun is the wahid. Muthanna, what is the last letter? The ba is the last letter. Apply the rule. Put fatha on the last letter. Kitaba. Put alif for halatul rafa. And noon kasra for muthanna. Kitabani. Kitabani. Now I have halatul nasb and halatul jar. So let's do that as well. Halatul nasb and halatul jar. As we just talked about, let's do the wahid first. As we know, wahid are always with fathatayn. Kitaban. And halatul jar with the kasra. Kitabin. Why are we writing tanween? Because no alif lam. If there's alif lam, tanween will drop. So al-kitabu, al-kitaba, and al-kitabi. When does ism comes in halatul rafa? If it's in jumla fi'liya, if we're using al-fa'l al-madi, ism will be fa'il. Halatul rafa. When does ism is in halatul nasb? In jumla fi'liya, the ism is maf'ul. We've learned all this. Maf'ul is in halatul nasb. When the ism is in halatul jar, still we haven't learned it. But just remember, ism also can be in halatul jar. What about the muthanna isms now? Kitabani, the alif is showing us it is in halatul rafa. What will show us it is in halatul nasb? Let's take this, copy, and paste it here. Remember, this nun kasra, we cannot remove it. This nun kasra is to show us muthanna. In halatul nasab, with the ya. With the ya. Aini sound. Kitabayni. Kitabayni. Same thing in halatul jar, with the ya. Kitabayni. Because if we change the kitabayni halatul nasb, we know it is fatha. If we change that into fatha, this noon is not telling us this muthanna. Muthanna noon is always kasra. If we say kitabayna, that means it is a solid ism, name of something, coming as maf'ul. Muthanna i'rab, the ending case of muthanna, it is with letter, not haraka. Okay, the ending case of wahid ism, yes, it with haraka. But muthanna ism's ending case is with letters. For halatul rafa, it is the letter alif, and halatul nasab and jar is the letter ya. Okay. Muslimun, wahid, halatul nasab with haraka. So musliman, and in halatul jar with the haraka, muslimin. Make muthanna, add alif and nun at the end, muslimani, halatul rafa, and halatul nasab and jar with the ya, muslimaini. Okay. Next, jannatun, So it doesn't matter the ism is mudhakkar or muannas, we apply the rule for both. Alif and noon at the end. Jannatun, Jannatan, Jannatin. And one of the title was when to write alif. When to write alif. We write alif in halatul nasab if the ism is wahid. Halatul nasab, the alif comes with it. Okay. Again, there's exception to this rule. If the ism is ending with ta marbuta, no alif is written with fathatain. So in Jannatan, no alif is written because it's ending with ta marbuta. Jannatani is muthanna, two gardens. In halatul nasab will be with the ya, Jannatayni, and also in halatul jar with the ya, Jannatayni. Waladun in halatul rafa with the haraka because he's wahid ism. Because we have fathatain, alif is written. And in halatul jar, waladin. Muthanna, put alif and noon at the end of the wahid ism, waladani. The alif is showing us it is in halatul rafa. In halatul nasb and halatul jar, waladaini. Next one, bintun. Because it's wahid ism, it will show is i'rab with haraka. Fathatain is there, we need alif. Bintan in halatul jar with the kasra, bintin. Make al muthanna, put alif and noon at the end. Bintani. Again, the alif is there to show us in halatul rafa. In halatul nasb and jar with the ya, bintaini, bintaini. Okay. So this last letter, noon kasra, is called noon muthanna, noon kasra. So if noon kasra comes with an ism and there's an alif before it, it will be muthanna, halatul rafa. And if the noon kasra comes with an ism, it is muthanna, but if there is ya before the noon, it will be either halatul nasb or halatul jar. Again, noon kasra is noon muthanna for isms. Now tell me, as I said, I'm going to ask you only those we have learned. I'm not going to ask anything that we have learned yet in this course. What I'm going to ask you, we did learn, let's see if you do remember. When or what happens when noon kasra comes with the fail madi especially? If we see noon kasra with al-fail al-madi, or could be other fail mudar as well, but we're not going to talk about fail mudar, we haven't done it. Fail al-madi. And you remember, what is that noon kasra? What is that noon kasra if it comes with al-fail al-madi? If Noon Kasra comes with an ism and it has alif before it or ya before it, it is Muthanna. Will give us the meaning of Muthanna, two meaning. I'm asking what if this Noon Kasra comes with Al-Fail Al-Madi? Yes, mashallah, only one person answered. Good. Rest of you can say the ya mutakallim is deleted or omitted. It means the ya mutakallim is there. Like the example we gave, daraba, he hit. Now to make myself as a maf'ul. So we need a damir, which is, we learned ya mutakallim. So ya mutakallim demands kasra before it. So as we said, al-fail al-madi never can have a kasra. Fail does not have a kasra on the last letter at all. We cannot say darabi. What happens here is a noon comes. A noon comes. Now we can fulfill the demand of ya, put kasra on the noon, becomes darabani. He hit me. In the Quran we give example when Allah says, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. When my servants ask about me, tell them I'm very near. أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِي إِذَا دَعَانِي. إِذَا دَعَا, he calls or called me. And over there we'll see there is no ya is omitted, and the noon will have a kasra. Remember, when we see noon kasra with al-fail al-madi, it is ya mutakallim. Okay, so I hope you understood. This is what you understand. This is how you make dual form muthanna isms from wahid, and how is in halatul rafa with the alif, halatul nasb with the ya, and halatul jar also with the ya. Okay, let's see what we have. Let's see some examples from the Quran. Muthanna isms. These are those of us who read Quran a lot. We should be able to recognize these ayats and these words. Muthanna isms. قال رجلان من الذين يخافون أنعم الله عليهما. Okay, so we're not going to go through all the ayah, just going to look at what our lesson today, Muthanna. Find the Muthanna isms. If it's with the alif, we know it is the halatul rafa. It will be the fa'il of the fail. قال رجلان. So here it is Muthanna ism, two men. And we said that if the fa'il is wahid or muthanna or jama, doesn't matter, the fail always will be wahid, mudhakkar, if the fa'il is mudhakkar. So qala, he said. Now let's bring the fa'il here, rajulani. So the huwa fa'il will disappear and rajulani will take its place. They become the fa'il. Two men said, min alladhina yakhafun, from those who is to have taqwa, who is to fear. An'ama Allahu alayhima, that Allah showered His mercy, Allah bestowed upon them. So our example is here, rajulani. The next. وَدَخَلَ مَعَهُ السِّجْنَ فَتَيَانِ. Any ism in Halatun Nasb first. Yes, Asijna, jail. Fatayani, Noon has a kasra, so it means it must be Muthanna. The alif is showing is Halatul Rafa, that is the fa'il of Dakhala. Is in Surah Yusuf, when Surah Yusuf was jailed, and two fityatun, young boys, young boy. Fityatun, make it Muthanna, Fatayani. And two young boys entered Sijn, jail, with him, ma'ahu, Yusuf alayhi salam. So Fatayani, two. Next, this is the story of Musa alayhi salam. When Musa went to Madian and he saw a group of people watering the animals, and he saw two women. وَلَمَّا وَرَدَ مَاءَ مَدْيَنَ, and when he warada, came to the watering place of Madian, وَجَدَ, fell, to find. Let's find the file after. عليه, no. Ummatan, no. We need a Halatul Rafa ism. Min al-nasi, no. Yasquna, we don't need to go that far. So there is no fa'il, ism mawjood, present in the sentence. We make the huwa the fa'il, and he found alayhi, on it, on that place of water, ummatan min al-nasi, a group of people. Yasquna, watering. وَوَجَدَ مِن دُونِهِمْ, again, and he found besides them, مِن دُونِهِمْ, besides them, امرأتين. وجد هو فاعل, امرأتان with the alif will be حالة الرفع, but this is with the ya, حالة النصب. What does that mean? It's مفعول. And he found besides them two women, تذودان, and that is al-fa'l al-mudari, holding back with their kettles. He found two women besides them holding back. قال, he said, ما خطبكما, what's wrong with you? What is the matter with you? Why are you holding back? قالتا, what figure is this? قال, قالا, قالوا, three for مذكر غائب. قالت, قالتا, مؤنث غائب. Those two women said, قالتا, they said, we cannot water honesty or cattles حتى يصدر الرياء, until the shepherd dispatch, until they go, until they finish. وأبونا شيخ كبير, and our father is an old man. Say kabir, we use the old age. Over here we found Muthanna imra'ataini in Halatun Nasb. One or two examples. وَاضْرِبْ لَهُمْ مَثَلًا رَجُلَيْنِ, رَجُلَيْنِ جَعَلْنَا لِأَحَدِهِمَا جَنَّتَيْنِ مِنْ أَعْنَابٍ. Surah Al-Kahf. وَاضْرِبْ لَهُمْ, and give example for them. مثلا, give example for them. Example of رَجُلَيْنِ, two men. Example of two men, رَجُلَيْنِ. So وَاضْرِبْ رَجُلَيْنِ with the ya, it means حالة النسب in مفعول. جعلنا, what siga is this? جعل, to make. جعلنا, yes, there's a noon alif at the end. جمع متكلم. We made. لأحدهما, for one of them. جنتين, مفعول, with the ya and nun. من أعناب, أعناب, عنب, grape. أعناب is the jama. We've made 2 gardens of grapes. 2 gardens of grapes. And this one, فقضاهن 7 سماوات في يومين. يوم واحد, يومان with the alif and nun kasra, dual in حالة الرفع, يومين dual in حالة النسب or jar, but over here is حالة النسب of قضاء, means to complete. And we completed hunna, them, 7 heavens, في يومين, in 2 days. Okay, that's end of these examples. The next time you read the Quran, look for any ism that has alif and nun kasra, alif and nun kasra, and if it is ya and nun kasra, still is dual, muthanna, which is used in halat al-nasab or jar. Okay, so that's on the lesson here today, inshallah. May Allah give us tawfiq. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.